Welcome to the Cozy Vale. Today's video is an introduction to decorating in Palia. I have been looking all over YouTube and unfortunately I haven't been able to find anything on decorating for beginners. So let's change that. But before we begin, please consider joining our cozy crew by subscribing to the channel. Now, on to the video. First is the top-down view. This is where we can move most of our big objects like our houses, crafting stations, etc. To enter this mode on PlayStation, you're going to use the L3 analog stick to move it around. You'll press X once again to place it where you want it. Or you can press triangle to pick that item up into your inventory. As you can see, top-down view doesn't work when you're inside your house or any other type of building. So that was our top view. Now we'll go into our main way to decorate. You're going to press R3 on your analog stick and you should see a yellow 3D pointer thing come up on your screen, like so. To place an item, you simply select it with your directional buttons. You'll select it and then press X wherever you want to put it. You may have noticed that a grid layout pops up whenever you try to place an item. If you need help centering the item, you press the triangle, it will show you where your object is centered. This means that you can move it left or right or up or down, and you'll notice that the green intersection is where the object originally started from. For example, I noticed that this object is about 10 squares long. So if I want to center it up, all I have to do is just move it over by 5 squares. And that should be about close enough for center for me. But what if I don't like it here? Well, if you have yet to place it down, all you have to do is hit circle to cancel the movement and it will place it right back to where it was to begin with. So let's move to inside decorating. Now you'll notice when I select this shelf here that yellow lines pop up on the wall. And if you notice here, I'll use this just for the floor. And as you can tell, we have a center here. And then over in this little room, this is actually 2 rooms that I opened up to make 1 room. And you'll notice that there's a center right here. So now I have 2 centers for each room if I wanted to use those. If you need to rotate an object, you can always do that by pressing your R1 or L1 button, depending on which way you want to rotate it. So what if you don't want to see the grid anymore, or you're trying to get a better fit? Well, you can actually press your L2 button and that will disable the grid and enter you into free transform mode. Basically, you can move the object around freely without it trying to snap to anything. But be aware that sometimes this is a little wonky. And let's say that you have a bunch of items together and you want to move them all at once instead of one at a time. Or maybe you just don't want to tear it all back apart. All you have to do is press L2 and X together at the same time, and everything should group together and be able to be moved. And that's really all there is to decorating. So let's move on to some tips and tricks. You will notice that while I'm laying stuff down, as long as I'm trying to use the same item over and over only, laying them down and picking them up, I have no real issues. Whenever I start flipping things around, or trying different objects, or just moving stuff in general, everything seems to go crazy picking up everything randomly for some reason. Not sure why it does this. I'm thinking it causes confusion to the game. The only way that I found a way to stop it is simply by canceling your placement by pressing the circle button. You want to get out of free transform by pressing R3, and now you should be back to doing nothing. And now there shouldn't be anything on the screen selected or anything. Once you clear everything out, go ahead and start back. And you should notice that it doesn't try to pick up everything while you're trying to decorate again. Yes, this is a pain, but it's the only thing I know to do. If you need to stack something on top of something else, you can always use the chests that you find around the game. For instance, the ones that we just found during the Lunar Festival, you can use those and just stack them to make little steps or whatever, and then just stand on them from above and decorate all you want. You can also use the bouncy flowers. I love these things because they're great for getting on your roof or just bouncing around and having fun with. Speaking of roofs, you can always use wallpapers to decorate your walls, floors, and roofs with. to change the looks or colors or whatever you want. There is a way that you can actually use wallpapers on the floor and other places, etc. But unfortunately, that glitch only works with PC, I believe, because I've yet to get it to work on PlayStation. And that's a wrap on this video. I am sure that I missed a lot of tips and tricks. I'm still figuring out how to decorate really good myself. So if you have any tips, make sure to leave them below and I will check those out. And if you would like to see more videos like this, because I have quite a few builds that will be coming up shortly, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, make sure that you leave it a like and share it with everybody, as I do greatly appreciate it. And as always, stay safe, stay cozy, but most importantly, have fun gaming.